So we can do what's Hondo on the mic. From Leo's Paradise, random stream drop like a Dragon Ball fight. No lie, plan stream stacking up, but here's a twist in time. Freestyling on the deck like Luffy's punchlines. Up the channels, faceting Zoro sword swings. Gaming pop culture, it's the chaos he brings. Talking movie reboots, superhero hype. Hondo passing the mic, now Bishop's in sight. Cutting clutch clean, frame by frame, I align. Laying bass lines heavy, keep the rhythm divine. Jumping 5 videos, can't keep up with the pace. Pass the mic back, Leo's leading the chase. Off the rails, no script, just a freestyle ride. Nerdcore king, let the randomness collide. Playing a knob, Leo's got the flow to entice. It's words of paradise, the chaos comes to life. No script, just a freestyle ride. Nerdcore king, let the randomness collide. Planning on Leo's got the flow to entice. It's words of paradise, the chaos comes to life. The rails, no script, just a freestyle ride. Nerdcore king, let the randomness collide. Planning on Leo's got the flow to entice. It's words of paradise, the chaos comes to life.
Welcome back to the Sunday Special. How are all you vital idols doing? Mad shout out. Thank you for getting us to tier 3 on Friday. You know what that means? That means we get a Sunday show. And the only rule, no politics. We'll still cover pop culture. We'll still cover dumb shit. But no politics on the Sunday stream. Instead, we got Shad, Shadiversity, doing a video on SLOPTUBE. You know, it's kind of strange. I haven't watched Shad in years. But, you know what? We'll get to that when we get to that. We also got the new death battle that dropped literally today. My boy Dante, Devil May Cry versus Clive from Final Fantasy 16. We'll see how accurate they are. I'm not particularly a fan of death battle. I think that they've got some... Their numbers are wrong. What the hell is going on with... Huh. That was strange. Anyway, I'm not particularly a death battle fan. I think that even when they're right, their reasoning is often wrong. But you know what? We'll see how it goes down. And we got a lot more of that. We got some history stuff. We got some Lady Decade spent a night with Alex Jones. We watched the Lady Decade video last week, and it was really interesting. So, all in all, we got a solid 3 hours to kick it, hang out, and have fun before Niet stream. So, you know what? Let's just get into it. Shadiversity, SLOPTUBE, a Shadiversity documentary. And yes, the irony is not lost on me that I'm doing a reaction to a video about SLOPTUBE. But full disclosure, I don't actually know what the video is about. So let's get into it and let's find out.
YouTube cares not from whence the views come, only that they flow without cease for all eternity. You see, the more easily consumed content YouTube pushes into people's feeds, the more views it gets. So, just like an insatiable beast, it wants more content like that on the platform than anything else, regardless of the quality of that content or the content that people actually...
I don't know how many of y'all follow Shad or are familiar with his social media or anything to that effect, but if I were to take you back about 2 years or so ago, he was the biggest advocate for AI, always posting about it, going in hard on it. And mind you, while I am also a supporter of AI, while I think that people throw bitch fits unnecessarily about AI, trying to make a video about SLOPTUBE, when in part you may have contributed to it with your giant advocacy of it, it seems to lack some self-awareness out the gate, if I had to say. And now, mind you, I didn't like the way he talked about AI art back in the day when it was first becoming a thing. Even though I agreed with AI art in general, Lofty, for example, Lofty Pixels, made a much better argument for why AI should be used and how AI art works and why it can be a benefit and whatnot than Shad ever did. So it's not even that he was wrong, it's that his arguments were bad. The point is, he's going to have to really work hard to convince me in this video, because already we're off to a rough start if he's throwing a bitch fit about AI after being a big proponent of it.
want to watch because YouTube has realized something rather depressing. People will consume utter slop-grade content if it's even mildly interesting and forced in front of their faces enough times. This has been the case for YouTube's whole existence because you must admit that the most viral videos from the very beginning were mostly complete slop. Be honest with yourself, the early viral videos on YouTube were not high-tier entertainment. They weren't intellectually satisfying or edifying stuff or well-edited or well-produced by our modern YouTube standards. The interesting thing was that as YouTube
I don't think that makes them slop, mind you. Now, there's a case that you can make a case for several individuals of those videos that he showed being slop, but I don't think that the criteria he just gave makes them inherently slop. Low-quality things are not inherently slop. I mean, there's a lot of great movies out there that are low quality by technical standards, but are still great movies.
grew, the content actually begun to improve, and that attracted more views than the cringe slop of yesteryear. And people would subscribe so they would get recommended the content that they liked in the future. But here is the thing. Good quality content takes more time to make, and with slower content production means not as much content being fed to the beast.
I think part of the problem here is that he hasn't adequately defined slop. He's throwing slop out there as if we all, just universally agree or know what it means. And, I mean, I've already shown that I disagree in at least some part of what he's calling slop. He needs to define the parameters.
Might have been fine if not for the rise of another indifferent, insatiable beast that threatened the first one. TikTok. TikTok benefited from a format that embraced cringe slop tier content, and in a shorter format meant that it was easier to produce and, more importantly, consume. Content consumed more means more views, and you will notice a depressing similarity between TikTok sludge content and the original viral content of YouTube. This made YouTube change to copy the same type of recommendation system as TikTok, not one curated to the viewer's subscriber list, but by what most people were consuming overall on the platform. Whatever.
I mean, yeah, but that's okay. YouTube's still a business. Like, at the end of the day, YouTube is a business. And how do they make their money? Advertising. That's how most entertainment-based industry makes their money. Well, you're going to want to put the ads where the views are. So yeah, if that's what a lot of people are watching, we can hate that a lot of people are watching it, but YouTube's just going where the money is. As a capitalist, I don't fault that at all.
People were watching more of, YouTube will recommend that type of content to other viewers even if they were less interested in it based on their subscriptions. The more broadly appealing content, even if you hadn't subscribed to it, would be prioritized in the recommendations over the channels you subscribe to the point where subscriptions now literally mean nothing for video recommendations. That was literally told to me by people at YouTube, as well as this.
Subscribers don't matter in 2023, consumption matters. And then of course, you don't get paid for subscribers. You get paid for views. When you click on something and it retains your attention, YouTube goes, I want to serve them more stuff that will hold their attention. In 20.
I mean, and that's a better business model. I'm real. That is a better business model, because if you've got a lot of subscribers, but people aren't actually watching the videos, then what's the point? Subscribers, in a way, have kind of always been a vanity number. That's why you've got someone like me that can have less than 10,000 subscribers, or someone like Grace Randolph who has almost 1 million subscribers. Her videos aren't doing too much better than mine. Like, I do between, I do, 1 to 5,000 views on a video, because I'm a smaller channel. Between 1 and 5,000 views. Every now and again I get one that does, higher numbers, but I would say those are my numbers on average, right? Grace Randolph has 1 million, or almost 1 million subs, and she's pulling like 14 to 30K views. I mean, if we're going to talk about statistically speaking, my channel is doing better than hers when you break down the numbers. So yeah, subscribers are a vanity number. It should always be based on what people are watching.
10 subscribers were king. In 2023, consumption is king.
The videos on my channel, as well as every other niche interest channel on YouTube, now have to compete with every other video on the platform. You may think that this was always the case, but it actually wasn't. It used to be that videos on YouTube more predominantly competed with the other videos from creators that people were subscribed to.
And here's why that's a problem. So if you're let's say you're a new creator, and YouTube, the algorithm is feeding people what, it's based on subscribers. So you've got these millions upon millions of subscriber channels, or even these high hundreds of thousands of subscriber channels, kind of cannibalizing the platform. This is why Twitch is a failure of a streaming platform, because the way the Twitch algorithm works is that 99% of the viewers only watch the top 1% streamers. That's by their numbers, by the way. I didn't just make up a random arbitrary number. Twitch came out and said that like a year or two ago. 1% of their top 1% of streamers get 99% of the viewership. So if you have an algorithm that pushes people towards whoever has the bigger number, that makes it far more difficult for up-and-coming creators to break into said algorithm. So yeah, YouTube, if YouTube had that problem, if they're feeding you the content based on who has the highest numbers, but people aren't clicking on or watching it because it's not interesting. Again, YouTube's algorithm, as much as we bitch about the algorithm, and I've bitched about the algorithm plenty of times, it's got many issues. This is still a smarter system than the way it used to work.
Number of creators that people are subscribed to is a much smaller pool than literally every video on the platform. And when people were given more curated recommendations on the home screen based on their subscriber list, it created an environment where niche and higher quality content that took longer to make could thrive and be competitive with even the most popular slop content on the platform. This was because YouTube used to take into account what users told it they wanted to see based on those.
But YouTube still does. I don't know. I don't like why this is gonna be a long fucking reaction. I can tell you right now. But YouTube still does do this. Like if I watch a couple of Legend of Zelda lore videos in a row from, let's say, Hyrule, what's his name, Zeltic, my algorithm starts getting pumped out with more Legend of Zelda lore videos, not just from Zeltic, but from other Zelda channels. Same with Sonic, or same with cooking, same with political stuff. You start getting content in that same vein, but from other creators. That's how I found so many other creators. So again, YouTube 100% still does this.
Subscriptions, notifications, comments, and likes. Now, YouTube is wholly focused on generating the most views on the platform as possible, regardless of what users actually want to watch. YouTube is not interested in the best user experience and what people want, it is only interested in money and views. Now you might be thinking, how is this killing off niche content YouTube channels? Well, let me explain. There are two types of content on YouTube. Broadly appealing, which means videos that have a higher chance of appealing to a wider audience, and then there are niche interest videos, like the videos on this channel. Videos that will never be more appealing to a huge audience, but to the smaller group of people who are interested in this topic, these videos are much more appreciated and liked. So, let's say a person has an 80% likelihood of watching a niche content video in their interest sphere, and only a 20% likelihood of watching a more broadly appealing video that is not catered to their likes but appeals to far more people. In the past, YouTube would recommend the video that the viewer would enjoy more, but not now. If the broader interest video appeals to, say...
I think he is entirely incorrect here. I think he is entirely incorrect. I've got 4 different YouTube accounts. I've got my main Words of Paradise account, I've got my personal account, and I've got 2 alt accounts, right? And the reason I do this is I try to keep all my algorithms more or less separate. You know, my Words of Paradise account is for when I, the content I put out is very pop culture and politics based, so this is for my pop culture and politics stuff. My personal account, that frankly is what I use when I'm not doing YouTube stuff far more often than not, is mostly video game talk, conspiracy theories, horror stuff, things to that effect. I've got another YouTube account that I almost exclusively watch like cooking content on, and more broader like lifestyle things. And the reason I separate my accounts like this is because the algorithm is so good at serving you what you want to see. I don't want it all getting meshed together on just one account.
20% of the users on the platform, while the niche video only has a chance to appeal to, say, 1%, oftentimes even lesser. Which video is YouTube more incentivized to promote to new viewers if it disregards users' subscription preferences? Of course, it's the one that has higher chances of more people watching it, and therefore the recommendations given to the more broader appealing video will generate more views overall. Not in the micro to viewers more interested in the niche content, but in the macro across the whole platform. As a result, longer form, higher effort, niche interest videos are far less likely to be recommended to new viewers, with the algorithm disregarding you.
Dude, to me, this so far is just sounding like Cope if his numbers have gone down. People just might not be interested in it anymore. I mean, I haven't watched Shad in ages. Why? Well, because someone earlier in the comments said it. I think it was BMO. Someone said Shad has become terminally online. And it's true. The same way that people, have gotten annoyed at celebrities for talking politics over and over and over, I get annoyed at creators that I follow on, like, say, for example, X, who I find out via, their posts are fucking retarded. Like, I used to love watching, fight scene autopsies and stuff like that. I thought Shad had a blast. It was a blast watching his channel. But the more I saw of his videos that weren't like that, the more he sort of changed his content, the more he started posting, ridiculous shit online, the less interested I was. So the videos would pop up in my recommended For You feed, and I wouldn't click on them. And once once the recommended page gives you enough recommendations from the same creator, but you don't click on them, it stops recommending it. Again, I think that he is completely wrong here.
Uses subscriber preferences, it will never think longer form niche videos will be viewed more than the broader appealing slop that people are more likely to be clickbaited into watching. And as a result, your viewing experience will be far more inferior because YouTube is incentivized in not showing you the videos that you like the most, only those videos that have higher potential to reach the most people possible. This is what I call the TikTokification of the algorithm. It is now laser focused on clickbaity, easily consumed slop content, even though to a specific...
Let's test this. Let's see if it's true. Let's open up my YouTube right now. Let's see what's recommended to me. We got New Blackstreet playing Arc Raiders. So yeah, people I sub to. We got the sort of music I listen to when I edit. We got Gooch, who's, I watch Gooch. Gooch, my homie. This is his upcoming stream being recommended. Same with Jessica. I subbed to her. 57 people watching. I don't know why it's recommending me JDA. I don't watch JDA at all. I loathe him. YouTube Playables. I've never even clicked on those. Don't know what that is. I don't know what the Bickering Bunch is, but 28 people waiting. Fireside News, Halo Infinite, 10-year plan. So gaming stuff, because I watch gaming stuff. Savvy, I watch Sevi. I watch Sevi. I love Sevi. My boy Atreus, so it's recommending me someone else I sub to. I don't even watch shorts. But let's see if it recommends me. So Atreus and Seed Project Red. If this were long form, something I'd watch. Don't know what this is. And in fact, this is one of the few types of shorts I do watch. Is this guy doing his bass stuff? Because I'm a bass player. I subbed to Wyatt here. I love Wyatt. Subbed to Badger. Love Badger. Rick's our boy. Hypnotic Gaming. Smash JT. Kata. More music. Stitch and Adam. Kersha. Rev says dead. So far, none of this looks like the sort of slop, and it's all stuff that I would watch. Don't use this website artist. No idea what this is. Could be interesting. This is something I very well might click on if I weren't live. Cabrutus. Space Couch. This is a channel with 400 subs. This is my boy Brian. This is Space Couch. I love Brian. Otaku Spirit. I don't think I've ever watched this channel. I don't think I know what this channel is at all. But this is something I would definitely watch, given how I watch things like Chibi reviews and stuff. So yeah, to me, where's the slop that he's referring to? Where is the slop that he is referring to? I didn't get any of it. And I mean, let's see, 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, 24. Dude, we are 27 videos through, and I didn't get one single slot recommendation. Shad is coping. Shad is absolutely coping.
Specific viewer, they can be less likely to watch it. They will watch it when given no better options. Could this be changed by most people using this?
BMO's asking what the hell that views per hour number is on those videos. That's an extension I use. I'm blanking on the name of it off the top of my head, but it's an extension I use for back-end YouTube analytics to compare my videos to other people's in terms of performance to see how I'm doing.
Subscription tab instead of their home screen? Yes, but most people don't do this because they are subscribed to so many channels that once upon a time, the home screen helped recommend the best content from their subscribed channels, saving them from having to dig through it all. Not anymore. And the subscribe feed does not curate the best results, and people still want to discover new content. Thus, most
then don't be lazy. Just go to your subscription. If you've got something that you want to watch from a channel you subscribe to, or you're like, hey, I haven't seen any Angry Badger videos in my recommended feed. Why don't you just go to his channel and click subscriptions, and then click from your subscriptions Angry Badger and see if he's uploaded new videos. So if I have a particular creator I want to watch a video from and it's not appearing in my recommended feed, that's what I do. Oh no, I have to click 3 fucking times. Why are you basically trying to say it's okay that people are lazy because the YouTube algorithm should encourage that laziness? No.
Users rely on the home feed, which has been betraying them and the vast majority of creators again and again. You see, people want to be entertained and will pick the best of the options available to them. And if YouTube simply limits the recommendations to only highly consumable slop, they have learnt that people will not only still watch what is pushed in front of them, but they will watch loads of it.
But maybe for some people that's true, and for others it isn't. Like, I'll be real, I don't watch shorts. Aside from that one dude playing the bass, I don't watch shorts. And the reason I watch him playing bass, I'm a bass player. I like seeing his technique. I don't even know if that guy does long-form content or if he's a shorts-only creator. But I can think of, and I don't even know his name. That's how little it means to me. So, yeah, the only time I'll watch those sort of shorts is I'm scrolling through, like, looking for videos to cover for my streams. And if I see there's a short from that dude, I'll click on it real quick, watch it 60 seconds, and I'll move on to go back and do my work. Like, are there people that sit there and just scroll and watch short after short? Yeah, absolutely. Not saying that doesn't happen. But by and large, I don't know why you're bitching about YouTube when this to me sounds like a people problem. People, I imagine young people specifically, are the cause of this.
395
million views.
What?
That's
How?
an insane amount of views.
I mean, that can only happen if YouTube is pushing that thing to nuclear levels. And that's the result of the algorithm. People probably don't understand how much viewership is not determined by quality or the amount that people actually want to watch it, but how much YouTube is willing to promote and push a video, how many impressions it gives. Do you remember the fidget spinner phase?
Oh yeah, that was big for
that
about
was
a month.
wild. Something in the algorithm triggered the algorithm to push fidget spinner videos.
Because fidget spinners were literally a massive product. Like, every single storefront in the world was selling fidget spinners. People were buying fidget spinners. So there was a market for advertising fidget spinners. It's not that complicated. That wasn't dumb. Yeah. Did I ever own a fidget spinner? No. I knew a lot of people that did. Was it a dumb trend? Absolutely. But dumb trends are marketed all the time.
They flooded the platform for a period there because of, I don't know, some weird feedback loop or something like that.
That would be hilarious.
Started
Zax, he
making
made
fidget
this video
spinner content,
just
it would
for
get crazy
me.
views. Fidget spinners is a perfect example of the algorithm deciding that a content is going to be popular and pushing it and artificially making it got crazy views when the videos still sucked. React videos, shorts, low-effort social and political commentary, and now low-effort AI slop can be produced at a much higher rate, and all of that content is far easier to consume, get processed, churn out more views than many other types of content. So YouTube pushes this content above all else, because YouTube cares not from whence the views come, only that they flow without cease for all eternity.
Right. That is what YouTube should care about. Again, YouTube is a business. Why is he saying this as if it's a bad thing? This is capitalism 101, baby.
Let me be clear. I have no problem with React videos, shorts, social and political commentary, and AI videos. I make them myself, so long as they're good. And if those videos were a true representation of what people want to watch based on what they're subscribed to. But most of them are not. You once could filter out the good content based on what you subscribe to. And we used to have this remarkable tool. I think it was a great tool, actually, where you were able to curate the type of content you wanted to be recommended. How did we used to do that, LitDev?
Like a subscriber thing? Like if I like this channel, so I'm going to subscribe.
Guess what? We still have a tool for how you curate the content that's fed to you. It's called watching the content that you want to consume, and then the algorithm recommends more of it. Like what are we doing? I literally just showed here live that still works. And you know what? If I was to go up on my alt account, which I'm not going to do because you know, it would show some personal information, I would wager. But if I was to go on my alt account, you'd see the same thing, and the content that we'd be recommending would be totally different. You would see video game lore breakdowns. You would see video game tier lists. You would see you would see a bunch of. I actually usually watch Niat, not on my Words of Paradise channel. I watch Niat on my personal account because I watch a lot of movie breakdowns and lore videos about movies. Dude, you cannot scroll through my recommended feed without seeing one of Niat's videos. Why? Because I watch that shit, so it recommends it to me. It literally is doing its job.
Yeah, you mean we could actually once upon a time subscribe to a channel and curate the recommendations, and we could tell YouTube this is the content that we wow.
What a novel idea!
That's amazing.
Someone send this to YouTube.
Someone should invent that, LitDev. Holy crap! Because guess what? I've been wondering what could actually solve the problem, and ironically, this could friggin' solve the problem, you retards!
And yeah, what was it? I don't have anything against Shad. I've never really interacted with him or anything to that effect. I don't know him. I used to love his content. I got nothing against him. But this video is straight up cope, dude.
But YouTube have taken that away! Subscriptions mean nothing now! And then we get recommended absolute crap!
Yes, subscriptions mean nothing, and that's fine. Subscriptions shouldn't matter. The only thing subscriptions should matter for is ease of access and finding creators if you haven't watched them in a while. Like that's what I use subscriptions for. Oh, I liked this video. I'm gonna subscribe so that I remember, so that, you know, if I'm trying to find more of this guy later, I even easily curate a list right there to the left of my on my YouTube panel. Because there's a lot of creators out there. You ain't gonna remember everybody's fucking name.
But now YouTube does not care what you want to watch, it is determined to force you to watch what it wants instead. The Shorts feed literally doesn't even give you an option to select the type of short you want to watch based off of several recommendations, but you have to scroll down and receive the very next short that YouTube has determined that is the best video for you to see.
Let's see that's true. Hold on. Let's see that's true. Because I was doing YouTube, I was looking at shorts on the desktop, right? I was looking at shorts on the desktop. And those were definitely curated towards me. We saw those are all shorts curated towards me, even though I don't watch shorts. So let's see what it's like on my phone. Alright, let's go to, alright, shorts. Something I'm not familiar with, Moonstruck and Capri Travolta. So I don't know what that is. But the very next one, Angry Badger. One after that, Moxie. One after that, another Moxie. One after that, some sort of travel video. I wouldn't watch that. The one after that, Nadia. One after that, Catnap. So, you know, cat stuff. May or may not watch that. I don't really know if that's curated towards me or not. One after that, one of my own shorts, oddly. One after that, That Darn Kitty. Watch her. One after that, some sort of history thing. Souvenir Surprise. And it's got dudes in World War II helmets. I may or may not watch that. Then another cat video. Another badger video. TikTok, something or another. I wouldn't watch that. Moxie. A food video, which I'd watch. Badger. Another TikTok thing. So by and large, it seems like mostly this is stuff that if I watch shorts, I would watch because it is in fact curated to me because it's creators that I watch. I think he's just flat out wrong. And the reason Nadia won't show up on your feed or whatnot is because Nadia is terrible at optimizing her videos and stuff for the algorithm. I love Nadia to death. And Nadia, if you're watching, you need to hit me up. Because, yeah, she is terrible about optimizing her titles and stuff like that. Nadia never comes up in the algorithm because she has not optimized her descriptions, her titles, her hashtags, things like that.
And that is not based on if you will like it. It's based on if it can hook you in and keep you watching that feed as long as possible. This is far more manipulative than the original way in which YouTube recommended videos. As a result, YouTube gives more easily consumable content, like shorts, far more recommendations and real estate on the home screen, even to viewers who would like to watch niche, higher quality, longer videos, but because those videos don't appeal to more people, they are getting buried and forgotten. This is the death of YouTube and the rise of...
This is not the... Dude, this is not the death of YouTube. The last month, my last 28, my last 28 days, because that's how YouTube ranks stuff, is in 28-day intervals. Last month might be the best month I've ever had on YouTube view-wise. I'd share it, but I don't want to share the financial stuff on the back end. But my views went up by over like 40,000 views. My being clicked on in the algorithm, like just appearing on people's search feeds and clicking on my videos, was up 178% from the previous month. No, I don't think YouTube was broken in the slightest. I think that you're upset spaghetti because maybe you're not doing the numbers you used to do. I'm not sure. But nah, YouTube seems to be working fine. I'm getting recommended videos that I want to watch on the daily. We just went over it.
SLOPTUBE. And it's not the fault of AI. AI is just one of the mediums being exploited, as well as shorts and react commentary videos. Remember, YouTube does not care if...
And yes, Soranos is correct. It's annoying how YouTube prioritizes shorts, but YouTube prioritizes shorts because people watch them. People don't watch shorts because YouTube prioritizes them. YouTube prioritizes shorts because people watch them. Exactly.
Video is good, it cares if it can get people to watch it and watch a lot of it regardless of what you've told it you want to see, based on your subscriptions. It will shovel what it wants in front of your face, which is low quality slop because it's easier and quicker to both consume and make,
Actually, him putting out this video and it being in my feed is proof enough, because I wouldn't have known about this. It appeared in my feed. Now, this video came out yesterday. Only did 15,000 views thus far on a 1.65 million subscriber channel. Hasn't even done 15,000 views. It was in not only this video, by the way, was in my personal recommended feed and my Words of Paradise one. And mind you, I've not watched Shad in ages. So the fact of the matter is, yeah, this video even being in my feed proves him wrong.
Perpetuating the never-ending churn of the content production mill, which generates far more views and therefore more ad revenue. Now, because YouTube has discovered that most people watch slop that they only mildly interested in if given no better options and generate even more views this way, it will continue pushing the platform in this direction, especially because there are two additional very big incentives for YouTube to do this. By reducing views from established creators, funneling them to lower quality unmonetized content or less monetized content like shorts, YouTube gets a larger cut of revenue because it still places ads on unmonetized channels and videos.
He says that higher tier higher tier channels views are suffering. Let's see if that's true. Let's just critical drinker. He's got almost 2.5 million subs, right? All right. We gotta go to his recent videos. Almost 1 million views 2 days ago. A little over 1 million views 4 days ago. A little over 1 million views 6 days ago. This one, 500,000 views. So it looks like this one didn't necessarily do well. Or maybe it did. Let's see, is this? Yeah, did I get something in my eyes? House of Nine, much to do about nothing. So 500,000 views. 250,000 views. A little over 500,000. Over 1 million. This seems more or less pretty consistent with his view count. Let's do a channel that I would never watch. Rather than somebody that I would watch now and again. Let's do a channel I would never watch. I mean, I don't know what channels to search because I don't if I don't watch it, how I know about it. But what's just here? Mr. Beast isn't a good example. I don't watch Mr. Beast. He's not a good example. Damn, I'm struggling to think of a channel I wouldn't normally watch because, well, it's a channel. Someone in the chat, just give me a popular YouTuber, if you'd be so kind. Just throw someone out there that I can look up. Because obviously you guys can see right here, K-Dad, Chibi Reviews, Asmongold, Hypnotic, Smash AT, Shoe on Head, Davocate, Veritasium. All right, never heard of them. Let's check their stuff out. Veritasium. All right. Nearly 20 million subscribers. I have no idea what this channel's content is like. Let's see how they're doing in terms of their views. 4 million views, 8.3 million views, 7.4 million views, 10 million views, 16 million views, 7.2 million views, 10 million views, 9.6 million views, 10 million views, 7.3 million views, 7.7 million views, 28 million views. I'm sorry, Shad, it doesn't seem to me like these high-tier channels that used to get a bunch of views, it doesn't look like their views have fallen off. This just seems like maybe yours have, and you're upsetting spaghetti about it, and maybe your views haven't fallen off. I don't know. Because it's really irrelevant. But what he's saying is wrong.
And because those channels are not in a partner program, YouTube keeps 100% of the revenue from those ads. It has been confirmed that there has been a sharp increase in recommendations on unmonetized smaller channels and lower viewed videos.
Yes, I will agree with him there. I've been getting recommended videos that have a few hundred views. Channels that have a few hundred to a few thousand subs. Good. That's only a good thing. That means YouTube is pushing out stuff that traditionally would have been ignored by the algorithm because they couldn't make money off of it, thus giving these creators a chance to get closer to monetization. How is he saying this like it's a bad thing?
Anyone who has used YouTube over the past year will have noticed a sharp spike in recommendations to videos that only have a couple of hundred views. This is not because that video has been confirmed to be great high quality or of high interest to you as a viewer based on your subscriptions and past videos you've watched. Because remember, some of the old metrics in how a video was determined to be good was the like and dislike counter, as well as the overall views of that video, because the views once did indicate if it was interesting and good, because YouTube prioritized higher quality videos, ones that had a higher like rate, low dislike rate, higher watch time, comments. And yet videos that have barely any views at all, and therefore barely any metrics to determine their quality based on the amount of watch time, how many likes.
But that's bullshit. That's not true. There are many high quality videos out there that get next to no views. Shit, my highest quality videos, like if we're talking the videos that are my highest quality ones, in terms of what I put the most editing into, in terms of what I put the actual scripting into. There you go, view your channel. So I've got a playlist right here for analysis and reviews. This video, this 15-minute top 10 underrated anime video, took me like, between scripting, recording, and editing, this was like an 18-hour-long video to make, and it's a 15-minute video. This right here, this 13-minute fucking Resident Evil rip-off alien video that got 510 views, this took me like 14 fucking hours to make between the scripting, the editing, the recording, the whole nine. Like, so no, what's the, same with, did G4 earn this? Like, G4 finally gets the swan song it deserves, or a view of, it's the Chris Gore documentary. 500 views. This one did alright. This was a highly, this was a recorded, scripted, edited video. This is the exception, not the rule. So no, the idea that just because it's high quality, it's going to get a lot of views is 100% bullshit.
It really has from a larger sample size, those videos are getting pushed in front of people's feeds far more often because videos like that from unmonetized channels, YouTube keeps 100% of the ad revenue. It's not about giving you quality videos that you're more likely interested in, it's about pushing videos onto your feed that will ultimately generate YouTube more views and more money. I have to admit, I even clicked on a video that's only had a couple of hundred views that has been recommended on my home screen nearly 6 times after multiple refreshes just to find out why it's pushing it onto my feed so much, only to discover the video was garbage and I had no interest in it at all. All those recommendations could have been...
Interesting how he doesn't show what that video was to give us an example of this supposed low-quality slot that's been pushing. Like, we just have to take his word for it. Like, there's a difference. If anything, I would say this video is low quality because I've been able to prove him wrong multiple times, and I've been doing it live while showing how my algorithm, while showing how my recommended feed works, not just on the desktop, but on my phone as well. Like, his source is trust me, bro, whereas I'm debunking most of this shit live.
Being given to a video that had proved itself in quality based on other people watching and enjoying it, and had actually correct analytics and metrics to indicate that I would enjoy watching it based on what I was subscribed to. But it gets far, far worse. For every dollar that is generated from ad revenue on regular videos, YouTube takes a 45% share of the money accumulated, but in regards to shorts, YouTube takes a larger 55% of the money accumulated, 10% more, which means YouTube literally gets billions of dollars more on shorts than on regular long-form videos. This
Oh no, the company is making money. Homie's sounding real communist right now. I mean, like, for somebody that's super right-wing and whatnot, oh no, big corpo make money bad. Like, he sounded very bread tube.
is very significant, and combine that with the fact that more shorts are made from unmonetized channels, and YouTube keeps 100% of that shorts ad revenue. It's literally an endless supply of people uploading random small clips, many with the potential to go viral if YouTube recommends them enough, giving YouTube free money. Because it's far easier to trick a person into watching a short than an actual full video. Especially by the fact on the shorts feed, you don't get to pick what short gets played next. It is wholly chosen by YouTube itself.
Fair enough,
and
Bimo,
I'd say
good
it's
point.
a safe bet that YouTube would be pushing more and more of those shorts that it gains 100% of the ad revenue from into the shorts feed. And the flood of low-effort AI shorts from new unmonetized channels serves YouTube's agenda even more. I have no problem with great quality AI content, including shorts, even flooding the platform, especially if people enjoy watching them and subscribe to it to get more of that content. But it is YouTube enabling and encouraging this flood of low-effort slop, drowning out the better content that you would have been far more likely to watch if given the choice. So with this understood,